Hello guys, welcome back to my tutorial. Today we're going to see the first part of the chapter 4, which is about the Internet of the Things. In this today's slide, or in this part, we will going to focus on the application of IoT. Some application of IoT are listed here. We will see application of IoT in agriculture. We will see application of IoT in consumer use, application of IoT in healthcare, application of IoT in insurance, application of IoT in manufacturing, application of IoT in transportation, and finally we will see application of IoT in utilities. So the Internet of the Things means the interconnection of the smart devices by using different number of the networks, by using different number of IoT platforms in order to cooperatively or in order to work together. So the versatile nature of IoT makes it an attractive option for so many businesses, for organizations and government branches that it doesn't make sense to ignore it. As a result of IoT emergence of the IoT, it makes our life to be more comfortable from its complexity. Due to these reasons, in today's environment or in today's technology environments, there are many application areas of IoT in different number of businesses, in different number of organizations, in different number of government branches in order to facilitate our way we live. Here are some examples of application area of IoT that has been listed in emerging technology module. Few of them are listed here under. The first application area that we're going to see is application of IoT in agriculture. Guys, what are applications of IoT are there in agriculture? So how can we use IoT in agriculture? Especially if you consider different number of planting, if you consider indoor planting and outdoor plantings. For the sake of indoor planting, IoT makes monitoring and management of microclimate conditions a reality, which in turn increases the productions. So IoT sensors detect the environmental parameters that our plant is subjected to. Then, based on the need of that plant, our monitors management or our sensors can provide different number of nutrients for our indoor plants, whether it is different number of humidity, whether it's a different number of air conditions or sunlight. So being on the requirement of our plants, just IoT devices are able to provide what needed for indoor planting in our home. This indirectly increases the production rate for the farmers. So if you consider for outside plantings, devices using IoT technology can sense just soil moisture. So by using Internet of the Things, just we are able to detect the moisture of the soil and the nutrients that our plant require in conjunction with weather data. So it is better for the sake of smart irrigation and fertilizer systems. If the fertilizer is needed, surplus fertilizers are needed for our plant, then our IoT device, by detecting the soil nutrients, if that soil nutrient is not good enough for our plants, our IoT application are smart enough in order to dispense that fertilizer requirement for our plantation. For example, if you consider the sprinkler system dispense its water only when it is needed for our plants, indirectly, which is used to preventing the wasted precious resources, especially if you consider the water for the sake of irrigation plantation. The second application area of the IoT is the consumer use. For the sake of the consumer use, just we are able to use such like IoT devices For private citizens, for individual citizens, if you consider for different number of sectors, IoT devices in the form of just they are provided in different number of forms. For example, if you consider in the form of wearables and also in the form of smart homes in order to make our life easy. So, especially such as wearable devices are very essential for healthy providers in order to remotely regulate the health of the patients. So, wearables covers different number of devices like Fitbit, if you consider a smartphone, Apple watches, and the healthy monitors. There are many more. So by using such like wearable devices, just healthcare providers being on a distance as far as they use IoT device, wearable smart devices, just they can able to control the health of the patients being on a distance. So these devices improve our entertainment, network connectivity among the healthcare providers and the patient, and also healthy and in order to keep the fitness of the patient. So, for example, a smart home take care of the things like activating environmental control just by having the smart homes. Just you can able to control the air condition of your home by activating environmental control. Each and every environmental parameters are able to be controlled by the IoT devices. Just then you can make any adjustments according to that you need. So your home it will be at a peak comfort level for your life. So the another one, for example, if you consider the application of the IoT and use, there are, for example, if you consider the dinner. Suppose that you wanted to come back to your home after a day, after a daily life, daily activity to your home in the evening. So being on distance before you reach your home, just you can make your oven on or off. Just if you use an oven or a crock pot can be started remotely. So when you reach the home, just your food will be ready to eat. This means just being on a distance, just you can make on and off your devices, smart enough devices, as far as you use Internet of Things for your life. Kana jechuun manni Internet of Things fayyadamne fakkeenyaaf suppose that hojiirra ollee galgala gara manaa yoo ganna ta'e gara manaatti galuu keenyaan duratti whether it is be misaa or dinner haa ta'u fageenya irra teennee wantoota misaa ittiin kuke goonsan an ovinitaan ta'u kan haa ta'u crock pot remotely start on and off gochuu dandeenya jechuudha. Yeroo nuti mana galluutti nyaanni keenya sun maaltu nu ta'a ready nuuf ta'a. Another one is the issue of security. Just by using these IoT devices, just we are able to protect the security of our environment. Each and every object that can be moved in our environment can be detected by using such like IoT applications. Just we can use even IoT devices for the sake of security. So just consumers may have a ability to control their appliances. And also, just for example, if we have a different number of appliances in home, being on a distance, as far as we use IoT device, we can make it on and off. Also, just we can control our lights remotely. If you forget by opening your smart light, just if you forget it being on your office, just you can make it light on and off. And also you can activating the smart lock, which can allow the one who are responsible in order to enter your home, even if they don't have the key in their hands. Security dhaaf naannoo keenyaatti wantoota naannoo keenya keessa sosocho'an cufa control ittiin gochuu dandeenya. akkasumas immoo appiilaansota mana keenya keessa jiran iswiichota mana keenya keessa jiran ibsaa bannee biraa deemuu dandeenya yoo daganne ta'e fageenya irra ta'e on and off gochuu dandeenya akkasumas immoo namoota mana keenya seenuuf danda'an warra eeyyama qaban warra qulfii halkaan qabne IoT device fayyadamna yoo ta'e warra akkasii sani akkuma balbalti gaafa isaan fuula isaanii teessi isaanii diiteessi godhanii barriin duraa banamu gochuudhaan namoonni haala salphaadhaan mana keenya akka seenan warra eeyyama qaban jechuudha. Without any intruder, namtoota hattoota ala jechuudha. Another one is the application of IoT in healthcare. So especially as we have said you previously, if you consider wearable IoT devices, it lets hospital monitor their patients. It enables, it empowers the healthcare providers in order to regulate, in order to control the healthy status of their patients being on a distance as far as they use IoT devices for their healthcare monitoring system. Especially if you consider these smart devices. Look, this is a very smart device that can patients wear on their hands. It is able to track each and every information or parameter that the patients are subjected to. Then finally, it will send alerts for the healthcare providers. Then as soon as the information tracked from the patient is reached the hospital or the healthcare providers, then healthcare providers may take the immediate action before the patient is dead. This is indirectly saving the life of the patient. Am I clear, guys? These wearable devices are playing the fundamental roles in hospital in order to monitor the healthy status of the patient. Am I right? In real-time information that could save the lives. Just by using such like a wearable devices, our healthcare information, healthcare providers may able to access the healthy status of the patients in a real time. Yes. If you consider another one, smart beds. So healthcare providers may use able to use the smart beds for the patient care. This indirectly used to inform whether the patient, whether the hospitals have enough, whether may have a free spaces or not. Even not only detecting the for the existence of the free space, they may also able to detect the healthy status of the patients by plugging in different number of cameras and different number of artificial intelligence that is built within the such like smart beds. If you consider this is smart bed that is built with artificially intelligent devices which can be able to detect the health status of the patient, it enables or empowers the healthcare providers in order to know the healthy status of the patient in order to live, in order to save their life. Even it also indirectly able to alarm the healthcare providers the existence of the free space in order to care the patients. Putting such like sensors on a critical equipment saves the days of life. The days of the life. It increases. It very decrease the gap between life and death. So putting sensors on a critical equipment may empower the healthcare providers in order to extract each and every healthy status of the patients to be controlled by the healthcare providers on a distance as far as the use internet of the things. So elderly become it very significant for more comfortable with IoT. Another one is the application of IoT in manufacturing. So in manufacturing, the world manufacturing and industrial automation is another big winner in IoT. In manufacturing, Contractors may also able to use IoT devices, IoT sensors. If you consider RFID and GPS technology, they are significantly playing fundamental role in the construction or in special in manufacturing. They are able to extract, or they are able to gather each and every bottleneck information of the products. So it empowered the manufacturers in order to track a product from its start on the factory floor to its placement in the destination store and the whole supply chain from start to finish. Each and every activity of the product is from starting to up to its finish. Even it is also bottleneck information such like its expired date of the products. It can be able to be detected or controlled by such like technology. So such like sensors, RFID and GPS, they can gather information about the devices on the travel time, such like cars, and also product condition, the bottleneck information of the product is, and also the environmental conditions that the product was subjected to. For example, if the temperature, in order to control what kind of temperature are needed for the product is, and also then based on the environmental conditions that our product is subjected to, then our IoT devices or such like sensors can make the needed the needed requirement based on the information, environmental condition that our product is subjected to. So maalini fakkeenyaaf production keenya status maalirra akka jiran temperature akkamitti akka barbaachisan fakkeenyaaf warshaa tokko qabna yoo ta'e warshaa qoricha nuuf oomishu qorichoonni kan keenya temperature akkamii barbaadan. Then temperature sanniini akkata qorichoonni keenya barbaadan maal nu godha jechuudha adjust nu godha jechuudha. So the required adjustment can be taken based on the environmental parameter that our sensors are sensed in order to make our life expectancy of our in order to increase the shelf life of our products in our in our factory. So especially sensors attached to factory equipment can help to identify, especially in order to identify the bottleneck information in the product line. Thereby, it indirectly helps in order to reduce lost time and wastage of the products in the factory. So other sensors mounted on those same machines can also, it's also maybe such like manufacturing sensors may also able to track the performance information or the performance parameters of the different number of machines that are participating in manufacturing, and also it's also predicting in order to the healthy status of the machine in order to maintain it, and also in order to preventing the costly breakdown of the devices that we are choosing in one particular factory. Another one is the application of IoT in retail. In retail, for example, whether it is online shopping or on-store shopping, sales figures can control warehouse automation. Each and every activity of the warehouse automation, and whether that factory can be a factory that is enabled by IoT devices, and also there are many more robotics maybe that has been participated in one particular factory in order to produce products. So each and every activity of such like devices or retail can be controlled by using such like application of IoT. So much more warehouse automation also can be controlled by such like RFID and GPS sensors in one particular factory. Especially if you consider the mall is a very large building block which may contain different number of factors, which is different number of a business activity, and also different number of shops, different number of the restaurants may in it. Each and every activity in this big mall, big hall can be controlled by using the Internet of Things in order to decrease, in order to control the fluctuation activities that may be taken in one particular mall, and also it may be advanced. Online shopping has driven down the demand for the brick and mortar establishment. So this such like IoT application in the mall can help in order to analyze mall traffic. Each and every activity that can be taken in such a like large building, stores located in mall can make the necessary adjustment. If the adjustment is needed in such a mall, which may contain different number of shops, different number of stores, different number of restaurants, can be controlled by using such like application of IoT. It indirectly which can be enhance the customer's shopping experience while reducing the overwhelming of the complexity of the system can be able to be controlled by using application of IoT. Another one is application of IoT in transportation. If you consider the transportation, the very fundamental area that may require IoT devices in order to make the transportation to be more safe for the human being and also for the different number of animals which may be moving in the city. So if you consider the self-driving car, if you consider self-driving car, it is a driverless car. It is able to detect each and every object is around them by using different number of sensors and by using different number of camera. And also it can be able to detect the speed motions of the car around them. So by using such like self-driving car, as far as the cars that is enabled by IoT devices, just we can make our city to be safe. Just we are able to make our transportation to be more safe. So by connecting our cars with a GPS, just we are able to control each and every activity, each and every angle that our cars is moving to, in what directions that our car is moving to, where just we can also able to track the location of our car that has been found. And so by using such like transportation IoT application, just we are able to make our transportation to be safe, and we are able to have even a smart city. There is already significant progress made in navigation. So in order to have the good navigation, the exact navigation that we are progressing to, just we are able to use IoT devices. So by using IoT devices, just we are safely moved to exact location that we are wanting to transport it to. So or indirectly, such like GPSs may also help the city planners. The city planners can also use it in order to determine the traffic pattern of the city, traffic pattern of the objects, and also in order to check the parking space demand, and also for the sake of road construction, and in order to for the sake of different number of road maintenance. So by using such like a GPS, different number of sensors on a road, just the authority of the road construction even can able to detect each and every security related with the road. If the road is needed to be maintained automatically, so such like a GPS sensors may be able to alarm the concerning body in order to maintain the road. Another one is about utility. So IoT sensors. So IoT sensors can play different number of activities, especially in order to control environmental condition, different number of environmental parameters like humidity of the environment, temperature requirement, the temperature of the environment, and also the light of the environment. So based on the requirement of the environmental parameter, such like IoT sensors, can make the requirement that we need for our home. So immediate adjustment can be taken by such like IoT sensors. So by detecting different number of environmental parameters like humidity, temperature, and sunlight. So the information provided by IoT sensors can aid also in order to create the algorithms. The algorithms which are able to regulate the energy usage and make the appropriate adjustments and also eliminating the human equations. So just the information that can be gathered by IoT sensors indirectly helps the system users, IoT devices users, in order to create the self-learned algorithms. Just it can be able to create the modeled algorithms which is able to regulate energy usage and make appropriate adjustments, then eliminating the human equation. So such like algorithms, self-learned algorithms, which can be modeled, are able to regulate the energy usage. So based upon the requirement is based upon the energy requirements, it is able to supply the amount of the energy that is needed in order to in order to prepare some eating to thing. So it is also indirectly eliminating the human question, human interventions. So especially with IoT-driven environmental control, just IoT-driven environmental control means the environment that can be controlled by IoT devices. So businesses and private residences can experience significant energy saving. So the one who use the IoT devices for the environmental control they are able to control the energy they use, especially which in turn long benefits the everyone, including even environment. So especially using IoT devices also indirectly uses for in order to have the good environment to live in. So in order to by reducing the wastage that can be very dangerous for the existence of the living thing. So on large scale, the data gathered by the Internet of Things can be used to help run the municipal power grids more efficiently. So by analyzing the factors such as different number of the usage. The another one is the application of IoT in insurance. Even the insurance industry can benefit from the IoT revolution. So the application of IoT has no boundary. Even IoT are playing the fundamental significant role in insurance. So especially insurance companies can offer the policyholder discount. Policyholder discounted, especially for IoT wearable devices. For those who use IoT wearable devices like Fitbit. So especially by employing fitness tracking, the insurer, the one who provides insurance service, or it may be an individual person, or it may be a company, the one who provides insurance services for the people, for the community, can offer the customized policies and encourage healthy habits, which in long run benefits everyone, insurer and customer alike. This brings us to the end of our today's lesson. Thank you and have a great day.